Hello everyone, I'm back with the card making tutorial. It's been ages that I posted card making tutorial. So I'm back and this time I'm planning to share a Diwali card with you all. So I start off with a piece of CrafTangles notelet. So these are vertical shaped card base. So these come ready-made as a set of 10 card base and corresponding envelopes. So you don't have to make envelopes yourself and it just makes life easier. So what I'm doing is I have selected the vertical one once, which opens up vertically as you can see. And then all I have to do is kind of flatten that up in half and start using them. So for the color that I'm going to use is for the background, I'm kind of creating a more of a watercolor look, but I wanted to go try, the liquid acrylics to kind of create the watercolor looks. So I have selected this particular orange shade. This is liquid acrylics, and then as you can see I've kind of wet my paper with a little bit of water, and then I just started dropping the paint on top of it, and then once it's dry I will move on to my actual design. Now I've just touch dried it and let it dry. Meanwhile I decided to kind of do my stamping, etc. So for this particular stamp set, I am using one of the CrafTangle stamp set with Versafine Onyx Black ink, which is waterproof ink. Because I plan to, color my elements using some watercolors, and I am stamping on top of a CrafTangles 100% cotton watercolor paper. Now again, as always, whatever products I talk about or use will be linked below in the description or in the blog post. So please feel free to check them out. For coloring, I am using some CrafTangles liquid watercolors because they are my favorite. And what I do is this particular card, I wanted to keep something very simple, not very complicated. So even if you are not a crafter, you could have hand drawn diyas and kind of painted it with your favorite colors and kind of made a card. So that was the whole idea. So for the colors, I am using Victorian Rose, which is the pink shade that you see me coloring right now. And for the bati of the diya or the flame of the diya, I am using the yellow shade, which is called Lemon Tart. Again, with coloring, it is something that I am not doing very complicated coloring. I am kind of wetting my page a little bit. The section that I want to color, the place where the darkest color will go is where I am dropping the color. And then I come back using a plain brush, a brush with just some water, and kind of extending those colors to the other part. So it will kind of give me a blended look. So, some very basic watercoloring. Once I'm happy with how the coloring looks and it dries up, I am using my scissor to kind of fussy cut the elements. Now here you can see I am cutting it out right through the edge because I did not want any white borders, etc. on top of this particular card. And then here is something which I don't normally show is the whole thought process that goes beyond the cards. So normally earlier I used to think a lot, in terms of layout, but these days I am kind of giving myself that leeway to not plan a card lot and, just see how elements go and kind of take it from there. So here I was playing around first with diyas on, the different placement, etc., how they would look, but I was not happy with those. So I kind of decided that the diya had, like, it needed something in between because the pink on top of the orange was becoming too much color. So I decided to use this particular die cut. Now this is a vintage panel dies from CrafTangles, and I have kind of cut it in half to kind of create that window kind of or a backdrop kind of a section. So what I'm trying to do is these are the window on top of a wall, and then I'm putting a diya on top of it. So I have stuck the white die cut part using some liquid glue, and then I'm sticking the diya using some foam tape just for a little bit of added dimension. Now that I am happy with how the placement of diya, etc. looks, I am now deciding on the sentiment. For the sentiment, I am using CrafTangles Gold Miller cardstock, and I have die cut the word Deepavali from it. This is from CrafTangles Happy Diwali die set. Again, whatever products I talk about will be linked below. And just to add some interest, as you always know, I like to add some splatters here and there. So this is some gold splatters that I have added. And this is how the card came out. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and do consider subscribing to my channel. I'll soon see you with another tutorial. Till then, guys, take care. Bye-bye.